And I think if we're going to live in a better place, we need to see what are the normative teachings of a religion. Because we don't blame Christ for the Falkland Islands and for the millions and millions of people who died in the World War I and World War II. We don't blame Christ for that. We don't blame Christ for, peace be upon him, for all of the heinous crimes that were done in Rwanda and all of the other places on the planet. We don't do that. We don't blame Christ for 14 million dead in Vietnam. But at the same time, we were also wanting to say that, listen, give Muslims a break. Give us a break. And let us live as human beings. Let us have a dialogue. Let us talk. Let us open the door and see where we can head. It is easy. It is a racist who will paint a picture just like that. But it is a human being. It is a person filled with content of character that will look at each and every person as an individual rather than saying this whole race is gone. If you look just 40 years ago in America, where every time that a black person might put up his hand and defend himself and the white person might get hurt, he said the Negro has hurt the white person. The Negro has killed the white person. When it would happen on the reverse, and the majority of the time it was like that, they would say, oh, 5 Negroes were lynched and died. They never mentioned who was a perpetrator, who did the wrong, who did the crime, who did the brutalization. They never mentioned that. So I think what we need to do in this day and age with technologies and everything that's out there, sensible people need to arise. They keep saying, let the sensibility of the moderate Muslims come forward and let them talk. Well, you never give any of the people with the way of moderation the ability to talk on your news cameras, because you pick some fool somewhere who's unable to articulate, and you pick him and give him an interview and you splice and cut everywhere, and then he said that, well, this is the normative teachings of Islam. And then they keep saying, well, why don't the Muslims march out when the Muslims are crying bloody and saying, well, we are against terrorism, we are against killing, we are against maiming, we are against all of those things. We have to keep saying that over and over again, and yet we are painted on this brush. Because the teachings of Islam is that. That's why I always say, don't use these apologies for Muslims, moderate, extreme, extremists, jihadists and all this, because these are apologies and they will make human beings turn it into something else down the road. So if somebody is moderate 10 years from now, that means that he has extramarital affair. So that means he's moderate. That's how they will twist it. Definitely the way of Islam is a way of moderation. So everyone in Islam that's following the right teachings and the correct teachings, they're following a way of moderation. But to label as moderates and as extremists and as ultra extremists and all, these are tricks by the media in order to pigeonhole people, and it makes it easy. It's another racist tactic. This is exactly what they did to the North American Indians. This is exactly what they did to the African Americans. And then now the turn is for the Muslims. But unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, Muslims also come. They're black, they're white, they're Chinese. They're from all different areas. So you will find the whitest of white, the bluest of bluest eyes, and you will find the blackest of skins, and the blackest of eyes, and the blackest of hair. And we're all one, brothers and sisters. This is the powerful teaching of Islam itself. So we ask you, if you have any racist tendency, as Islam states,